This is KGW News at Sunrise.
The Thorns general manager is on leave and players staged a mid-match protest. Coming up this morning, the latest on the investigation into how the team handled sexual harassment claims against a former coach.
And there's growing concern about shipping delays, especially as we head into the holiday season. The Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, all struggling to meet demands. We're going to talk about how it's already causing problems here locally coming up. Plus,
this is a great place for them to be able to come and see animals like King in person and have a really special experience.
Typically found in the forests of Africa, the Oregon Zoo has welcomed royalty. Meet King, the rhino, and learn about efforts to save the species in a brand new edition of Drew and You. That's coming up in 15 minutes.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
Especially running, too. He's just kind of got the strut going on.
So well, I'm going to get off work in
Yeah.
the afternoon, moving around the old neighborhood.
Yeah, you might do it on this Thursday. A little bit of a chilly start today.
Yeah, we have some 30s on the map. So that's my big story right now. The chilly temperatures to start our day. And with the chilly temperatures, fog has developed in many locations. We're now down to 36 in Hillsboro, Beaverton, Scappoose, Sandy. Good morning. You are all in the 30s. And again, if you have a dense fog pocket, you know that can always produce a touch of mist in the air as well, right? Kaiser's at 39, but then look nearby McNary Field in Salem's 46. So it kind of depends on where you are. Anyway, generally speaking, I meant to say it's going to be a chilly start. We'll say 44 here in the city of Portland at the bus stop this morning. Foggy areas around. Everybody should have the sun before noon. 55 degrees then, and we get up to 60, which sounds great, but still pretty cool for this time of the year, guys.
All right, Rod, thank you. We start this morning with the big developments surrounding the Portland Thorns because last night fans held a boycott while the players protested.
This comes just hours after the Thorns general manager was placed on leave. First, the official fan clubs of the Thorns and the Timbers called for a boycott of concessions and team gear. It was in response to two former athletes coming forward with sexual harassment allegations against former coach Paul Riley. Then, Thorns players released a statement less than an hour before kickoff laying out a list of demands. Among them, more accountability and transparency in the front office and more diversity within the club's board of executives. At the top of the list, putting GM Gavin Wilkinson on leave until investigations are complete. Within minutes, that happened. Wilkinson was placed on administrative leave.
This has been a really dark and heavy week for everyone in the league, fans, players, coaching staffs. It's just been a lot.
6 minutes into the match, look at that. The Houston Dash and the Thorns stopped playing and joined together midfield to recognize the 6 years it took for those players to be heard. The same show of support happened all across the league. In two other matches, players met at midfield 6 minutes into the game. One of those matches, Racing Louisville versus the North Carolina Courage. Paul Riley recently coached for the Courage and the team fired him. Meanwhile, the Players Association listed a series of demands about how the league should handle the investigation into all of this moving forward. Representatives say players will refuse to answer any questions from the media that don't relate to abuse or systemic change within the league.
Interesting. Let's talk about coronavirus now because weekly COVID testing in Portland schools is underway or in the process of rolling out, and district officials are asking for patience. Christine Pitawanich checked in on how things are going.
Portland public school officials say they're moving as fast as they can to make sure kids and families get the opportunity to participate in the district's asymptomatic COVID-19 weekly testing program. The district's first school to roll out the testing program was Whitman Elementary last Friday.
My name is Brenda Martinick, and I'm the Chief of Student Support Services for Portland Public Schools. We have a number of schools this week that will be starting as well, so we're very excited.
But in a district with nearly 50,000 students and more than 80 schools, she's asking parents for patience as they work to get the program fully up and running.
Some of our schools just lack some of the staff power to be able to put in the data, get the forms out to students. So we reached out to schools and we have asked them for what support they need in regards to data entry, the distribution of the test kits, the collection of the test kits.
So Martinick says district office staff and administrators have had to step out of their usual roles and, for part of their day, step in to help more than 30 schools.
We are working as hard as we can and as fast as we can to make sure that the process is smooth, it goes successfully, and we have some schools that just needed a little bit more support. So we're really asking families for a little bit of patience. We will get to their school as quickly as possible.
She says this week the program will be rolling out to middle and high school students. So far, more than 5,000 students have signed up, with over 50 schools now enrolled in the weekly COVID-19 testing program. Christine Pinawanich, KGW News.
The Redmond School Board doesn't want kids to wear masks, and it doesn't like mandatory vaccines. So it's hiring a Portland lawyer to fight the state's rules. In a 4-to-1 vote, the board hired Dan Tinnell to look into possible legal action. He also represents multiple state employees suing Oregon for its vaccine mandates. The board chair says she just wants to focus on giving kids a quality education.
I don't think any of us want to put our kids in danger. I mean, the ones that have kids and are going to school right now. I'm a very protective mother, and I make sure my kids are safe every day. So that's, I think, what this is about, not just going out and creating lawsuits to have a lawsuit.
The board says up to 130 staff members could be fired over the vaccine mandate. The district superintendent says he expects that number to drop by the October 18th deadline.
Now to an update this morning on a Portland man who lost his business in that massive fire in southeast Portland from Tuesday. He started a fundraiser, but it's not raising money for himself. Instead, it's for the artisans who had inventory and tools and other supplies in his store called Really Good Stuff. The GoFundMe has a goal of $25,000. It's already at $16,000. There's also a GoFundMe in place for another business there, the Lounge Lizard. They sold vintage furniture. The fire destroyed those stores along with 2 others on Southeast 11th and Hawthorne.
Okay, you guys, I know by now you've probably noticed your mailbox isn't quite as full these days. Cards, letters, packages, nothing is arriving quite as fast. USPS is losing money, so it's changing the way it delivers first-class mail. What used to take 3 days now takes 5. FedEx also facing delays delivering packages. We talked to Anna Gorman, who lives in North Portland. She was waiting for a very important delivery. She wears compression sleeves because of a medical condition, but the sleeves she ordered didn't arrive for close to a month.
Lymphedema sleeves are already a little frustrating to get right now because you can wait 2 to 4 weeks before they're even sent out.
We reached out to FedEx for comment to see why there have been these delays, and here's what it said in a statement. Quote, FedEx Ground continues to navigate operational challenges due to constrained labor markets, increased package volume, and the ongoing pandemic.
All right, let's talk traffic right now because there's a heads up for you. TriMet is starting a 2-week max improvement project. It starts Sunday and goes through the 23rd. It's going to focus on the tracks east of Lloyd Center and the Northeast 11th Avenue station. Crews are replacing and resurfacing the rails there. So it'll disrupt the blue, green, and red lines in Northeast. There'll also be no red line service on the west side, and the green line won't be running downtown. Shuttle buses will be available. TriMet says you should budget for about 45 minutes extra. And Portland is getting another new huge pedestrian bridge to cross a freeway. So a key section of 84 is going to be closed in both directions all weekend. So let's take a look at the area we're talking about. So eastbound lanes of 84 will be closed from I-5 to Cesar Chavez. Then if you're traveling into downtown, this is a big stretch. The freeway will be shut down the entire stretch from 205 to I-5. The closure starts at 10 p.m. tomorrow night and lasts until Monday morning at 5 a.m. The road is shut down so crews can install the Earl Blumenauer Bridge. It'll be a safe route for bikes and pedestrians between Northeast and Southeast near the Lloyd District.
That is exactly my morning commute. I'm going to have to remember to go 224 instead. But I'm telling you, Rob, this morning, a stretch of I-84 had so much fog, it really was like pea soup.
That's not good. You know what happened last night was when the rain ended and we cleared out, boy, temperatures really dropped off. And it's that time of the year that when you have calm conditions and clearing skies, you often get fog. From the Rose City camera, you can tell good visibility down low coming into town, but I think you can tell that it's foggy behind the buildings. That would mean some thick fog up in the West Hills for folks coming in this morning. 46 out along the Columbia River at PDX. Here's the fog map. Everything that's shaded somewhat has reduced visibility. It's dense at a quarter of a mile, the fog out around the Columbia, and there's a fog pocket down around Salem. Starting to see fog now across much of Tillamook County and then up into parts of Clatsop County and then northward on up into Pacific County as well. Here are the temperatures outside this morning. 42 in Kelso, 46 in Salem, 46 Portland. But a lot of you in the valley, at least a handful of you, have slipped into the 30s. It's 36 right now out in Hillsboro, for example. We have freeze warnings over in Central Oregon. Bend has dropped down to 30. Of course, not the first morning this season that you folks have done so, dropped down to the freezing mark. Here's the big picture. We do have a scattered shower chance today out across southeastern Oregon and far eastern Oregon. You can see it there. And this band of clouds out here is a weakening system that will throw clouds our way tomorrow. And the chance of rain tomorrow is so slight, I almost didn't include it. But I thought, well, if I don't include it, it will probably rain somewhat. So anyway, for today, morning fog, but the sun is coming, I think likely before the noon hour. So it's going to turn into a beautiful Thursday. We'll get up to about 60, 63 for high temperatures around the area. Similar conditions up through southwest Washington. There's that slight PM shower chance tomorrow. Otherwise, a mostly cloudy day. Saturday, I'm still not sure about. It makes sense to me that we would have some developing rain in the afternoon and certainly by evening. So we'll see, but a dry morning certainly. And then that rainy Sunday and that rainy Monday still on your 7-day forecast, guys.
All right, Rod, thank you. Roll out the red carpet. The Oregon Zoo has welcomed royalty to their crew. You're going to meet King the Rhino in a brand new edition of Drew and You after the break. Plus, it's time to toss out those expired cold medications. Our Verify team found out why doctors advise against using it after its goodbye date.